Hey everybody, how's it going? Beast here. So bringing you a couple races on Forza Motorsport 7. So I haven't really played this game too much recently. I still really enjoy this game. It's still incredibly fun. But I don't play it as much as I once did. As much as I once played Forza. So full disclosure, this first race that I'm doing right here on Monza, this is the first race I've done in like a week, maybe a week and a half. So it's slightly rusty, which you see there at the beginning, and then you'll actually see I make a terrible, oh my goodness, what was that? I make a terrible error. I make a terrible error coming into the first corner after crossing the finish line. I mean, I followed the braking zone, but obviously I haven't driven this car in a while, and I haven't driven on this specific track. I haven't driven on this track, for that matter, for a long time. And so I started braking, and yeah, just I'm real glad that I did that, because I almost hit that guy, almost hit him, which would have been real terrible. But yeah, so as you saw, not the best. I do end up actually coming back a bunch in this one. I thought I might be able to catch one of the later guys, but I wasn't able to catch him. I basically am about this distance behind for pretty much the whole race. I do fall back a little bit, and then I'm just realizing right now that Kawa 750 Ninja. Oh, that's funny. So I've raced with him a number of times before across different classes, and I'm just now realizing that that's him. That's weird. I didn't realize that when I played yesterday, but yeah, so this is me driving the Zonda Cinque, which is the, I've said this before, but this is probably like my dream car. Like when you think about a dream car, like obviously there's dream cars like, oh, someday I'll be able to have this, but like this is like a true dream car. Like I'll probably never be able to afford one of these cars. I mean, these cars would be, by the time I'd be able to afford them, well over, $2 million, even $3 million. Like they're going to be extremely rare. And that's just too much money for a car. And then, when you spend that kind of money on a car, you're not going to necessarily be able to drive it, like you would something else. So, but this car is epic. I bought it from the specialty dealer. It was 100. It was 1.4 million last week, 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago now, something like that. So I checked the specialty dealer again today, and I bought the Mercedes-Benz C63 AMG Black Series, the coupe, which is awesome. I bought that one. I have yet to race that on something yet, but I'm sure I'll find something to race it on. But just this car, man, just the sound of this car here, I'll let you listen to this. Check out the sound of this car. It does not get any better than that. Then you come in, you take a nice little quick corner, and then right back on it again. And that was my bad. I was experimenting around with the rev limiter. I was trying to see if I maybe didn't need to shift into 6. But it kind of depends on how you take the turn leading onto the straight, because if you take it really well, then you actually end up carrying more speed, and then you do need to go up to 6. But look how close I am to that grass right there. I almost got in the grass. But one of the things I love about this car is I'm chirping the tires going from 2nd gear into 3rd gear. So imagine there's so much torque in this car that when I shift from 2nd to 3rd, it's still chirping the tires at like 100 miles an hour. You'll get to hear it. Actually, I'll let you hear it on the straight coming up. The next straight, because I don't drop to 2nd on that one, but I dropped to 2nd on this next turn, turn 1, and then as you come out of it, I'm in 2nd again, and you'll hear the tires chirp when I go from 2nd to 3rd. You hear this little tire chirp. It's so sick. All right, here, I'll let you hear it. Listen to this. Listen to that when I shift into 3rd. Check out my speed. Oh man, 98 miles an hour, and I'm going chirping the tires going to 3rd. Oh, it's so cool. So I just love this car. I love the art of this car. Pagani is a company that's they're a much smaller company. They're almost like a Koenigsegg type company. Although I don't think, well, maybe, I don't know. I think they're definitely in the same group. I was gonna say I don't think Pagani has the notoriety that Koenigsegg does, but I feel like that's not true. Actually, I feel like they're pretty equally matched. So this next race is on VIR, Virginia International Raceway, the North version, as you just saw right there. And that was me with my clown, or my snowman driver gear, which I got for the holiday Forza-thon, which was really sick. Just felt like it was something different. So here, again, listen to the gears chirp. Listen. It's awesome. So this was a joke. This guy in the Venom. Watch what happens here. I take the inside line and watch what happens with him. Unbelievable. He hits me twice. I was so close to taking him out. Like, if you're gonna drive a Venom, a Hennessy Venom that's black with neon green accents on this track, you're dude. You don't know what you're doing. And so this is my first time actually racing this track. This variety. I've only raced VIR a handful of times. I actually ended up buying it on Forza 6, but I never raced it. So I've probably only raced this one a couple of times total. And so this is a new track for me. I was trying to get my bearings back with the car and learn this new track, and it was just ridiculous. So I don't know. It was really fun to do. So. One of the reasons why, and that just absolute idiot in that Porsche 918, I thought about just giving it to both of those guys. I thought about just coming up behind them and just plowing them into a wall hard. But that's not, that's not who I am. As much as I want to do that, as much as I wish I could do that, that's not who I am. You don't get a very good reputation by doing that, and then people don't want to race with you and stuff. So definitely not something to do. Even if it's in retaliation, it's almost worse if it's in retaliation because, it's like saying if somebody murdered your family member, like, do you go and then murder them? I mean, as much as you would want to, like, you just can't do that, you know what I mean? I know that's a real extreme example. I just went way off. Yeah, see, that's terrible right there. Went way off on that one. But, you can't always match. As much as I wish I could, that's one of the things that I like. I wish I was somebody that could match those type of things. But I'm not. I always thought if I won the lottery someday, I would be that guy. Like, I'd match people's stupidity and people's level all the time. I used to joke about, like, sometimes you go to, like, the grocery store or something, and you see someone that's parked in, like, two places, or they're parked so far over the line that, like, someone can't park in the spot next to them. I always thought it would be so much fun to have, like, an old beater, like a Buick or something, like an old, car from the 60s made of all steel. It's like a 6,000-pound car, and just pull up so close that they can't get in either of their doors. Because then what are they going to do? I just thought that would be awesome to match people's stuff. But that being said, you can't do that, so I'm not going to ram those guys. Instead, I'm just going to try to pass them all. And I think I've already passed them at this point. I think, well, I can't actually tell. Who's that up ahead of me? I can see the name, but I don't know what car it is. Can't see it yet. Oh, no, that's the Venom up ahead of me. Not for long, though. He sucks. But I could have told you that by him driving the Venom on this track, and right there I was like, alright, I'm going for the pass. I don't even care right now. So, I don't know, you don't get a good reputation by ramming people as much as you want to. But so anyway, I think a part of the reason why I haven't played as much of this game is due to the multiplayer hoppers and the rival situation. I was talking about this with my friend, who I met on Forza years ago, and both of us were saying the same thing. There doesn't seem to be really anything to do in this game. I mean, if you like these lower level cars, and I do like the Zonda, then there is some incentive to race, but, there's no X-Class lobby, which is what both of us raced always, and for the majority, probably 350 of my 500 hours in Forza 5 were in the Lotus, in the Formula 1 car, X999, and then on Forza 6, not as much, really. I would say maybe only half. But on this game, I have some playtime with the Lotus, or the Renault, excuse me. You guys can find some gameplay of that on my channel. I've raced on the Nürburgring. That was a video that did okay. It did fairly well. F1 on the Nürburgring, I think I called it. But there's the incentive is not there, and there's just, you used to be able to go into a multiplayer hopper and there'd be 12 different ones to choose from. Now you go in there and there's like 6. And then there's a bunch of these ones like Hypercar Division and all this kind of stuff. And I mean, I don't really know what they're looking at on their end. I don't know if these are popular. They don't give any sort of numbers for the playlist or anything. So I can't really tell if they're like popular or if they're just like, doing it this way because that's what they want to do. But they're just, and the Rivals events are the same way. There's not really any good Rivals events. Like there's ones driving like the Ram you know, the Ram, you know, whatever runner, the Ram runner truck, and there's ones driving the, you know, Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, which I just watched a video from Doug DeMuro on. He reviewed that. Or, you know, it's like the 1969 Charger or something like that. I mean, I don't want to drive those cars. Those cars are terrible. We're talking like D-class cars. I really don't want to drive those in a Rivals event. Like, that's just a waste of time. And although I know there are people that love driving those, like, I don't feel like the bulk of the competitive players are going to be wanting to race something like that. And there's not really any, like, with race cars, there's only like 3 or 4 Rivals events that you can race out of, you know, what, 15 to 20? Only 3 or 4 of them are like actual race cars that you get to race. So it's, I don't know, there's just the lack of that. And then, like I said, you used to be able to go into the Rivals mode called Time Attack, and you could go in under any class and Rivals race any track you wanted to with a car and set a, you know, ghost to race against, and you can't do that in this game. And so that there's really, for me, because of that, there's not much of an incentive to play the game. Like I said, I still enjoy it, and I get on a race when I want to, and I enjoy, especially like the Zonda, absolutely enjoy the heck out of this car. It sounds so good. But there's just, you know, the incentive's not there. And then you look at this, like, when I'm racing, there's 4 people there to start this race. And before the end of it, 2 of them quit. And I think it's before the first lap, 2 of them quit. And it's just me and this kid in here. This, like, I mean, this kid was like 12 probably. And he was just like, hello? And he kept saying it so many times, I got annoyed. And since I was the only person in here, I just unmuted my mic and I was like, hello? And he goes, hello? And I was like, hello? And we just said hello like 8 times back and forth to each other. And then none of us said anything for like 8 more minutes, and then we said it again. It was weird, dude. Like, I want to race, you know, and compete against people like this. Look, see how far back all those guys are? So much I want to compete with all these people that I actually pull up and wait. And then I was experimenting here with, like, rev matching, like trying to rev up the car while I'm downshifting. Kind of was working, kind of not working. I mean, listen to how loud this thing is. Listen to those exhaust backfires. See, now one guy quit. So what did I do? I just sat there and waited for all these guys. For what? So that one of them could quit? And then now the other one quits. It's just like, come on, man. You guys are so dumb. So, like, when I want to race, I get on to race. I get a great car. It's a track that I don't mind, and I want to race it, and I'm all excited to be competitive, and I get on, and I can only race with, like, 3 or 4 people, which, as you saw, the first 2 races I did only have that many people, and these were all 3 in a row, by the way, these races. So that, and then you get to this race, and, man, that was a beautiful turn. I was never able to take it like that again the rest of the race. But, you know, to get in here and you want to be competitive, you want to race, you want to have fun, and then this happens, you know, you end up in a race with just you and one other person. It's not fun, and there's no other lobbies to get into, so it's just, I mean, I don't know what the issue is. I mean, I don't know if people are just, you know, kind of bored with the game at this point, or what the deal is, but there's just really not much to do in the game. I mean, it's only been out for, like, you know, 2 months at this point, I guess, now, but it still looks good. After sitting here and, you know, watching YouTube videos on my computer, even though I'm watching them, you know, generally at 4K, depending on who the creator is, because a lot of, you know, content creators don't have 4K stuff up. But, you know, just sitting here watching stuff in 4K or whatever, and then I went and turned on my Xbox and started playing this, and it just looked gorgeous. It just looked so good. So, I actually did a little bit of quick maths, and I basically compared a time of this video and the data that this video takes up. So this video is 17 minutes and like 44 seconds or something like that. And that equates to like 2.2, 2.3 gigabytes worth of data. So when I went and looked at another one of my videos that was similar, is 17 minutes and 52 seconds. So within 10 seconds of length, see how bad that turn was? That video is rendered at 75 megabytes per second in Adobe Premiere, and so that video takes up 9 and some change gigabytes. So this video, or this recording quality on the Xbox, now I don't know for sure, I haven't done research to actually see if I can figure it out, maybe someone knows online or something, but now I'm going to drive review here. Actually, I'll let you hear this real quick as I come around the corner. I'll finish my thoughts. pretty sick, right? So, due to that math, the fact that it's 75 megabytes per second rendering, and it takes up roughly 4 times the data that this recording takes up from the Xbox. And I don't put anything in there. I don't put any, like, you know, of course there's some audio, like an audio track over it, but I can't imagine that's more than a certain amount of megabytes, my voiceover audio. So, just that being said, is that I think the Xbox is recording at about 1/4 of the megabits or megabytes per second that my thing is. So a fourth of 75 is under 20. So my guess is the megabytes per second on the Xbox quality is somewhere in the 15 to 20 megabyte range, which is pretty crazy considering that I just put up a video of me playing PUBG at 4K on my PC, and I recorded that at 100 megabytes per second. So we're talking 5 times the quality of, you know, what you can get on here. And even still, when I look at that video, it doesn't match the quality of what I'm actually seeing on screen. So it's hard for me to know what, you know, lossless quality would be and how, you know, to be able to record the quality completely lossless. But it's just weird to me because, like, even looking at this, you know, right now I'm watching this on my monitor, which is a 27-inch monitor. And it's not full screen right now, but I can still tell the difference in sharpness between this and, you know, when I'm actually playing the game. So it definitely doesn't look as good, but yeah. So anyway, just wanted to update you guys on that. I know probably a very small percentage of you care about something like that, but it's just nice to know. Like I said, I think the Xbox records around 15 to 20 megabytes per second quality, which is, you know, I mean, that's like, if I were to choose a setting on my graphics card for that, I think that'd be like the low quality setting. So I mean, but still 4K looks great. And yeah. So anyway, guys, thanks for being here. I hadn't planned on doing a voiceover the whole time, but hey, I blew a bunch of hot air and found some stuff to say. Imagine that. So thank you for being here. Support's been great. This has been an awesome year for me. It's only been a full about 9 months of this year, but it's been really awesome, and I appreciate all you guys and all the support and all the views and everybody checking out all my stuff. I sincerely appreciate that. So check back soon for another one, and I will see you guys in the next one. Woo! It's almost 2018, bruh.